for the invite and sorry. Hi, Orvin. Thank you for the welcome, and I really appreciate this session today. For those who don't know me, my name is Maureen. I'm a Flutter engineer. I'm Kenyan, of course, and Flutter GDE, but currently based in Germany. And I love community and Flutter community. Flutter Kisumu community is one of the communities that I've been part of from the start. And yeah, super excited for today and looking forward to know what people are working on. And exciting updates from Alvin as the current lead of Flutter Kisumu. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Maureen. Right now, I would like to give the platform to you guys since today is an interaction session, like interactive session, get to know each other. Maybe if you could like introduce yourselves like one by one and maybe tell us what you do, where you're working, or if you're studying, where you're studying. And yeah, I don't know if what I'll do, I'll just like be pointing out names if you don't mind. Then we can be going as we go forward. Yeah. So the first person on my screen I can see is Peter Kiari. Hi, Peter.
Hello,
Yeah, hello. How are you?
very fine.
Okay, could you like briefly introduce yourself to us?
Introduce myself.
Yeah.
Okay, I am Peter Kiarie. I am now in Moost and I am a second year. And I just want to know more about Flutter.
Perfect. Nice. Next, moving on to John Kahora. Hi, John.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so my name is John Kahura. I'm currently a software engineer based in Nairobi, Westlands. I work for a company known as S3 Education. I do Flutter, Python, PHP, and JavaScript. So feel free to ask me any questions on that. I've grown in the Flutter Kisumu community, although I've not been so vocal, but this is actually the first time you've hosted an event where I currently have a job. So it's good to be here.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, John. Next one is Austin. Hi, Austin. Austin, can you hear me? Okay. Okay, perhaps we'll move on to, let's say, Enos. Hi, Enos. Am I the one who is not like audible or okay? Enos, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. Could you like briefly introduce yourself to us and maybe like state where you're working, what you're working on?
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Hello guys. So it's a pleasure to be with you this evening. So my name's Okay Lenos. So I'm a Flutter developer. Been on various projects from native to cross-platform using Flutter. And currently I'm a mobile engineer at Pesakit, a fintech company in Kenya. So yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Denver, are you with us? Can you hear me?
Yes, hi, Evelyn.
Yeah, hi Denver. Can you introduce yourself to us?
Hi, you asked something.
Yeah, I was saying if you will introduce yourself to us, just say where you're working or if you're what you're working on. Yeah.
Okay, my network is kind of disturbing a lot, but I'm trying to catch it up. I'm Denver. I'm listening from Bondo. I'm a student at Juice.
Okay. Perfect. Um, development care. I also pronounced that right. Yeah, or don't care. Anyways.
Yes, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
So my name is Developanki. I'm from Tanzania. Flutter developer as well as multi-platform actually. I mean, apart from Flutter, I also familiar with PHP, JavaScript, yes, and other framework. Currently, I'm a freelancer. Yes, I usually develop projects to help the society. I think that's just minimum. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much, development care. Faith, can you hear me?
Hi, I can.
Yeah, could you introduce yourself to us? Maybe say where you're working, where you're from, what you're working on.
I am in ICT here in Kisumu. I also have a background in software development. I graduated last year from Moringa School. So I've done React and Ruby on Rails, but not yet practicing. In my current job, I think the company just uses WordPress. So I think my programming side has switched to that, but I'm ready to learn Flutter and I'm excited to be here.
Okay, thank you so much. I don't know if I've left somebody out. Did Austin speak? I'm not sure.
Oh boy.
Okay, hi Austin. Austin, could you give us your introduction, please?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm Austin. Currently, I'm at Kenyatta University, software engineering.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I think I'm done with now with people. Oh no, no, I'm done yet. Rafael Cornelis. Hi, Rafael.
Hi,
Yeah, could you briefly introduce yourself to us and state where you're from, what you're working on, and yeah. Um, Rafael.
hi.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, I was asking if you could introduce yourself, maybe state where you're from, what you're working on, and yeah.
My name is Raphael. I'm currently from Kitale, from Trans Nzoia County. I got a invite from meetups, and I would like to learn more about the Flutter. I saw it's about Flutter, and I've started learning Flutter. Perhaps I might learn something from you guys. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So just to kick start it, oh yeah, then we wanted to add something.
Hello.
Yeah, Denver, you wanted to add something.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, okay. How many people are talking? Okay. So from the chat, Denver's added that he's a cybersecurity analyst working on pen test, vulnerability assessments and incident response. Oh, nice, nice. I also did mention where I'm from. Okay, I am a software developer. I am working on working at a company called Stock Up in Mombasa, and what we at work we don't usually use Flutter per se, but it's just like cross-platform development with a technology called Ionic. It's kind of like Flutter in some way, but it's just like you building with native technologies like Angular, React, and Vue.js. So that's what we do. And yeah, so at Flutter Kisumu, we're a community whereby we have like a community of like-minded mobile developers who are working on Flutter. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an advanced learner. Yeah, it's yeah, the space is open for everyone. If you're just starting out, if you're an expert, if you're an intermediate person, yeah, we just like share, willing to see each other grow and do that people like this. Boy, could you like kindly mute your microphone? Thank you. So it's been a minute since we had our last meetup. But what usually happens is that we usually have a meetup every last Saturday of the month, and yeah, I think that like from now on, since this is the first event of the year, we'll be having meetups every last Saturday of the month, and we welcome anyone who's willing to like have a topic they will have to share with us, be it um be it a beginner topic or an intermediate topic. We just like open to everyone. So if you've been learning something and you find it not worthy to share with us, you can just always reach out, and we can have maybe a plan on how we can schedule the session with you. Yeah. We also have some new plans ahead for Flutter Kisumu, just these plans to ensure that we not only grow as good mobile developers, but good software engineers that were as well. So we planning on bringing these some activities that can bring developers together, such as open source contributions. If you have like let's say a project that you feel like it's not like you want to work with a team or work with people, since I've learned that like reading someone else's code or project, like it can make you a better learner as well, since you are getting different ways of approaches of solving a particular problem. So yeah, we will be having those uh how do we call it, suggestions, pretty suggestions, so like you can say that maybe I want to build on this and this and this, and I need help on this and this and this. Maybe I'm just starting out. Maybe I just want to share my skills with you guys. So you can just drop it, and you can see how you can blend the community, and the community helps you spearheading your project. We also have plans underway of having podcasts amongst community members and out of the community at large, since the Flutter communities are diverse and a big ecosystem at large. So we'll be having like podcasts which will be sharing like Flutter content, how we can accelerate mobile development using Flutter. Yeah, and also some switch topics of what are trending in the tech ecosystem these days. Yeah. So also having planning on having some code labs or some sessions whereby we can just like come together and teach ourselves how to build where awesome projects with Flutter. They can be both. We are not sure quite working. We're working on the logistics of having physical meetups, but in the meantime, we'll just be having virtual sessions and yeah, see how things will be going. So that being said, um, from how we were doing it like previously, having one event per month, I think we'll be having like now maybe like two or three, no, but different one. Maybe we can have a podcast and the session like which happens at the end of the month. Maybe we can have a code lab, then the session which happens at the end of the month. Yeah. And if you like maybe might be interested in seeing like what we've been working on the recent past, we also have a YouTube channel, Flutter Kisumu. You can just go there and visit. You can view all the videos that have been uploaded and also learn from them as well. So yeah, that is just a brief of what we are planning to work on as a community at large. Um, Unless anyone has a question, what I just say, I open the floor to you guys for questions. If you haven't gotten something or just maybe like need clarity, um, floor is yours. Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, I would say that it's super interesting the plans that you have, and I like the idea of the open source projects and partnerships when building. So I highly support that, and I also like the idea of the podcast. So would really be interested to see more people from the community giving talks or sharing their journey. Yeah, pretty much excited for that. But generally, aside from this, I just want to know from the audience perspective, what is your greatest challenge as a developer right now with the changing economic times in terms of um, staying, knowing when to stick to a tech stack or choosing one generally? That's my question to the audience.
I can go first.
Yes.
Yeah, so obviously the main thing right now it's Devin. So as juniors, we really fear that Devin is going to replace us. So that's a big problem.
Sorry, I don't know what Devin is. What's Devin?
Yeah, Devin is the new AI in town, the new AI software.
Oh, really? I'm so
Yeah.
behind. What does it do?
Hey, Devin generates code. It codes even better than me, and it just
Oh,
released
really?
a few days ago. Hey, it's really frightening.
It can code every single language?
Yeah, and actually it was given a model to optimize. It was mostly I think it was something in a mail. It was told to optimize this thing and it optimized it in like 19 minutes, but hey, that is scary.
What? I've never heard of that. Could you share like a link of it? Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
the importance of this course, because some of us are focusing on other things and we clearly have no idea about this. Yeah. So great. Continue maybe.
I think that's all. I'm just fearing that my tech stack will be irrelevant in the next 5 years. So I'm not sure how you're going to speak on that because I'm pretty new in the field. I've only been in the field for like from last year around April. That's when I got my first role. So I'm pretty new, and this AI thing is trying to make me go back to the farm banner.
Okay. Personally, from my own view of this entire thing, uh, I don't believe like David will take any of our jobs. I just don't believe that. Uh, I think any AI like right now, you think instead of like coming to threaten us or make us feel diminished or anyway, I think they're just there to for the better of us. Like they can help us improve ourselves and be better. I think you can remember when ChatGPT was being launched. GPT came with a lot of threats to the devs. Oh, GPT will take over our jobs at home. But like right now, when you look at it logically, how many people have lost their jobs to ChatGPT? Like you get a company whereby it's only ChatGPT operating and no developers over there. So if you look at it at that angle, I don't feel like an AI can come over and just like take over our jobs, let's say, and replace us. I think about Devin actually, the way they were presenting it during its launch. Um, they were using demos that it was being like they were not random demos. First of all, they were demos that the company they trained this particular thing. So like it was perfect in what they were presenting. So like they couldn't just mess it up on during presentation. I think you can remember when Bard was being launched by Google the other time when it messed up in front of the audience. So they had to make a perfect impression that this thing is 100% perfect. They didn't just take a random like something from the internet and throw it to it. So that's just my opinion. Actually, I'm not quite sure about it, but I don't feel like it will come and like take over developers' job. I think it's still needed at some point. Maybe if someone else has a separate opinion to that.
You know, I'll just add on that. For me, the thing that is scaring me the most is that in my current role, I'm not doing any complex stuff. It's just the basic stuff that everyone knows. So build this, build that, solve that bug, solve this bug. So it's not like I'm doing something that requires a lot of thinking. So if Devin can do that, hey, that's going to be a problem because I'm a junior now, and I think even Devin at its worst can do my job. Even it's not perfectly, he can do my job. So I'm really worried, but but tunajipea tu moyo. We keep on moving.
Maureen, what's your view on AI versus developers? Do you think AI will take over developers' jobs?
Um, right now, I think no, not yet. Because I mean, even if we have AI and we have requirements, there is that little bit of requirements definition, especially if you're working in a company or an enterprise level that requires human level interpretation, human level of interpretation, which I think maybe AI might not be extremely accurate on that. But I don't know, maybe in future something might change. But currently, I don't really think developers will be completely outfaced in regards to that because even if we have an AI in place, that would be do the coding. There's someone has to do some reviews or like manual testing or just automated testing of the actual changes, which I think still requires human resource. So at this stage, I think we only need to be curious and be on the lookout of the new changes, like what's going on, what's the new trend, and then adjust your career towards it. But what I like to do is, even if you are doing front end, be specialized in whatever you're doing, but also try checking out what other opportunities are out there and adjust it according to your current situation. But I don't really think we would be totally be phased out. Maybe in 10 years' time. I don't know. But maybe someone has a different opinion.
Okay. Denver, do you have something to add on? Denver, you raised your hand.
Yes, yeah. I just wanted to comment on the issue of Devin and AI stuff. Sijui mnanisikia ama na break. Unajua mimi napata very
nakusikia saizi. Okay. Okay. Enos.
Hello.
Yeah. What's your view on AI?
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so my view on AI, as most of you have said, so AI is something maybe, let's say, currently we are on technological advancement. So we cannot say we are worried about stocks. So it is good to be worried by that. If you are worried, that's good, because currently things are changing, and the only thing that's supposed to cause when you're being worried is that you have to advance. Because in the recent changes, even you can see, I think there was some news like in China, yeah, the train operators, most of them were replaced by the navigation for some, they're using some AI tools for the navigation bit. So I think the only challenging that AI brings is that we are supposed to upgame ourselves, because it is a game changer, and if it is used well, it can help you in terms of productivity and a lot of things you can be able to achieve. But that is supposed to alienate the effect that you are, like, you have a negative look for it. So you should try and look at it a positive way, because for the AI itself, it has engineers. So the only thing, even if it will be able to do your stack, I think they're supposed to have some people which are also the same, the software engineers, which will be able to make the iteration on making it be able to achieve things faster. And at the same time, it will ease a burden on yourself, because that is a higher skill level and you have been able to upgrade to it. And in collaboration with it, I think much of things can be done. So everything I don't. Okay, so for others might think like AI is not a good thing. Yeah, for the negation, if because everything that is bad is also good. So there's some sides of stories to everything. Even I think it was this week there was some TV host on Citizen talking about AI in Kenya. So I think the high thing to do is to upgame ourselves, because whether we like it or not, it is something that is gone. and we are supposed to be able to welcome it with an open hand so that we can be able maybe to stay relevant. But if you come across like to fight it, I think it will become like it will make you obsolete in real sense. But for me, even for like, as I can say, mostly even in my company, I've not been able to do much of AI apart from some text recognition and the stuff. Because, you know, also for the AI, there's a lot of things about AI. Because most of the apps currently that are being done is just for everything that comes to the mind is chatbot and help assistant. But if to get to understand on the productivity and how data can be handled with the help of AI, and also I think you can create some cool features and cool softwares. So that's what I have to share.
Nice. You just put it out like perfectly. I feel like it's a wake up call for us developers to also like up our game, and instead of sitting and frowning and being worried, maybe we could just like find ways in how this thing can we use it for the better. Wait, during the inventions of calculators, did mathematicians care that it will replace them, or are they glad that they use them eventually? They use it eventually. It's just a question. When the calculators were being invented,
and not to do that.
Mhm. And I could also add on something else. I feel like how human beings are geared, we don't really fully know what we want. And the fact that Devin gives us what we prompted to give us exactly, I don't think that if you think about it, how if it will be quite optimal, because like let's say you have a client, right? And then the client pitches you this idea that he wants this X product XYZ. Then he tells you he wants it to be this way, this way, this way. Then you realize that something's kind of off about that pitching. Since like it's a good idea, yes, but the way he puts it, maybe from your perspective as a developer and experience that you have, you can tell him that or her that uh, maybe you could take a separate approach, and this could be better that way. And then he might get the sense that, oh, by the you make sense, like this makes sense. So you might go your way, not my way. So if in the sense that Devin puts like exactly what the user prompts them to do, maybe if they have like maybe like work on those improvements later on, I don't think that the product produced by it will be quite optimal, that they won't need a developer to intervene or look around it. That's another thought I had. I don't know if you guys would agree or disagree with me, but that's a thought I thought I had.
Okay. Hello. Okay, just something to add, I had something small to add.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so guys, I had a scenario, so which I was thinking about. So just an example, so maybe you guys can think it through. So take for instance, like currently the motor industry. So previously, the assembling on those factories were done manually by people. Then due to some complexity with time, the same AI. So at that time also people, I think they were worried because if a robot can come and do something which we have been doing by hand, so what will happen to us? But as you can see, as with time, the people have been able just to accept it and be able to move in an advanced role whereby they can understand how the robot work and be able just to offer it instruction and still relevant and remaining relevant in their jobs. So that is a scenario that I like to share.
Nice. Nice. Hi, Candy.
Hello, hi everyone.
We were talking about AI. So, by then you see, you introduce yourself, then you can give us your view on AI.
Hi everybody, my name is Kendi J. I am the co-organizer for Flutter Devs Kenya, and I'm super honored to be here. I'm sorry I came in late, but I'm happy to be here. I haven't dug deep about AI just yet, but so far I'm liking the way it's simplifying things for us. And I'm not scared about it either, because I am a firm believer that we humans evolve and we learn through things. For instance, back in the days, guys used to have secretaries, and then there was an introduction to computers, and most people are always scared, oh, well, the computers are coming to replace the secretaries at work, but that's not what entirely happened. People started learning how to use the computers and to simplify their jobs, or to rather improve their jobs. So I think AI is an amazing tool. We will learn through it, and we will also learn how to navigate using AI.
I feel like most of the worry like lies on most of the beginners or the juniors, people who are just entering tech and just like I'm just starting out and this thing already exists. So how irrelevant will I be in the field? So like what could you tell the junior devs or people who are just like starting out learning coding? Well, how could you like how could they push on without being discouraged?
Well, I would tell them to learn. Just learn. It's always nice to have okay, for example, when we were starting off, we joined people who used to learn or rather build stuff using Java or PHP, the older languages. But then when we came into learning how to program or coding, we even started learning newer languages. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with just starting with whatever that's there, because things are evolving, and whatever we are doing right now maybe will be extinct, or we'll start learning newer version of it. So there's nothing wrong about it. Just keep learning, and you'll probably find that you're the next person to improve on what we are currently using. So yeah, don't be scared.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I guess that's yeah, I hope it lowers, inapunguza the worry tulikuwa nayo. Does it, where's the question? Was it John? John, are you convinced that AI won't take your job right now?
I'm not convinced, but there's someone who on Twitter who said that if you are really scared, just learn the hard stuff so that you won't be relevant in the next 5 years. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going deeper, 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 so that in the next 5 years, if someone wants to replace me with an AI, they see the value that I bring that the AI doesn't. So that's the approach that I'm going to take. But the fear is still there.
Could you define hard stuff? When you talk, when you say hard stuff, what do you mean? Like when you say hard
Yeah.
stuff,
So
is it yeah, so
So let's say, for example, in machine learning, most people just learn the models and stuff, how to train it. So I think if I choose the machine learning path, I need to be very good at calculus, very good at algebra. So I need to know the basic stuff so that I can compete with the people who are really good at the building the models, and I have something else at the back of my mind that can increase my skills. I think that's how I think of it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, for example,
Uh-huh.
in the Flutter sense, so I need to know how the native world really works, how the APIs really works, the native APIs really work, so that if I'm going to be competing with someone who has completed the task that we have been given, we are at the same level, so I have something at the back of that I can bring to the table that the other guy doesn't have.
Right. So Peter says he agrees on learning core concepts of computer science. Peter, could you like expound more on that? Like when you say core concepts, what do you mean? Do you mean the hardware part of computer science? Because computer science is both hardware and software. So when you say core concepts, what do you entirely mean by that?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
So the core concepts, I believe, what he has said, algebra, calculus. You also have actually understanding the code, like I mean, like in an object-oriented way, functional programming, etc. Like actually understanding what you are taught in class, not just coding, like you're just doing it for the sake. That's my take.
Cause the way he was putting it, like the learning, John was saying learning like stuff related to machine learning, stuff related to algebra and stuff. Then he said concepts like OOP. So I'm not trying to discount your point, but I'm just like asking. So once you learn these concepts, core concepts like OOP and stuff, how would you plan to apply them in your day-to-day life?
Hello.
Yeah, Peter.
So I believe you will have more quality code, not just quantity. Yeah, I mean that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So in my case, so I already know most of the stuff that someone going for an interview will know. So right now I'm already a developer. So it's hard to already get where I am. It's really hard, but I already got there. So I just need to know something more than the next person will be coming there with 2 years of experience, so that I don't be relevant in that scenario.
Okay. That's a pretty fun way of being staying relevant. It's a good one. I see some more people have joined the chat.
Olivin,
Yes, Peter.
I'm sorry for cutting you, but I also have maybe a point or two.
Okay.
So I believe someone can actually leverage their skills by taking on some skills like cloud computing, learning some DevOps. Yeah, you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I believe to actually, because I also believe that AI will reduce the jobs that are available, because if it is improving on it, then the jobs will be somehow reduced. you need to make yourself somehow special in a way.
Okay. Nice. So you think that AI, like currently, the AI has an impact on what jobs are being placed or what jobs are not being placed? Like when you say some jobs that might be affected, like what jobs do you think might be affected by AI?
Okay, maybe all programming jobs that require programming, because if these models can actually have more quality code, and then I have maybe some engineers there to actually look at the accuracy before they start using those codes. I mean that the jobs will be somehow reduced. Maybe those quality control engineers to actually look if the code is well.
Okay. Okay. Mm.
Hey, Alvin. Sorry, I could add something onto that.
Yeah.
Something that we most of the time overlook, coding, as we said before, coding is not just a matter of writing code and that's it. Especially if you're working on a product, there are different phases of software development practice. And the first thing that's really important is understanding the requirements. So if you are working on something that you need to break down the requirements into small pieces, I think you'd still need a human to do that. And in regards to like checking designs from Figma, translating these requirements into the design and translating design to the code, like that entire process still needs a developer to do it. So I feel like as much as we have AI coming up, what we can do is use AI to ease in our job. So for example, if you have a requirement to do something, then you could ask ChatGPT to help you break it down. And then you as a developer analyze the designs and see if this concept relates to the final output or the final product that your enterprise or your company wants in the end. So I think we should not be worried about anything, but we should also be on the look.
That's pretty cool. Candy, your hand was up.
Yes, I think Mojo has already broken down what I wanted to put, but I also wanted to say, I don't know if any of you here has ever used Copilot, the one for GitHub. So sometimes you find that it's able to like understand what your code base and, try to like finish up some bit of code for you. But then again, like Mojo said, you need to like understand your product and know, for example, if I'm working on a particular view, then whatever the Copilot is completing for me isn't necessarily what's going to solve my problem. So you need like human intervention to break down your code and to know this is the output that I want other than the predicted one. So don't be really, really worried about the AI bit, because again, remember, this thing is it's learning from us. We have to like teach it so that it improves our lives rather. So yeah, it's here to enhance our lives, but not necessarily to take whatever it is that we are working on.
Nice. Perfect. That's something I think it's very, very crucial to note, in as much as there's a scare, also note that the human touch is very, 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 very relevant. Yeah. Does someone else have a thing to say? Someone who hasn't spoken anything. Faith.
Hi. I don't have much to say. I think most of the points have been put across. But what I would just say is that at the end of the day, humans are irreplaceable. And for example, if you trust an AI to write a code like 100%, I don't think you would just go and implement the code or run the code in your company like straight up without even going through it. And so at the end of the day, we'll need humans to go through the code base, know what the implementation process needs to look like. Even in a case where we need QA engineers, even project managers, like humans are just irreplaceable. So I don't think anyone should be worried.
Okay, thank you so much. Anyone else? If there isn't anyone with anything to say, I'd like to give the floor to questions, like any questions, as we sum up the meetup. Anyone with a question or addition or a comment or a remark, feel free.
Sorry, thank you so much, Ongbin, for bringing up this. But I'm kind of curious, especially in the Kenyan market, how do you feel about job opportunities? Is there like enough, or I kind of feel like most people I interact with are still saying that, yeah, it's really bad right now. Is that the case, or something is wrong somewhere, or we need to do something? I'm just curious from that perspective.
Well, in terms of jobs in Kenya, if you ask me, from my experience of it, yeah, it's kind of bad. I don't know about anyone else, but to me, we still have some things to work on. Yeah.
Job opportunity in what sector? In engineering, DevOps, mobile devs, or
in tech generally? In tech, because I have a cousin who's been looking for internship opportunities since January, because she wants to get her hands dirty into coding. So she's been looking for internship opportunities since January, but till now she hasn't found any. So she has resorted to go for a coding bootcamp instead. So that's kind of what I'm curious about. How is it like in the Kenyan job market right now?
well, I think the job market is pretty tough everywhere, literally, because of the many things that have been happening globally and the collapse of economies and such stuff. But here in Kenya, it's also very difficult. Yeah, like literally things are just dry. That's my point of view. Yeah.
Got it. But what should people do to be more visible for opportunities and the likes? Because in my experience, it's easier to get referrals than to do an actual application. But sometimes also the referrals are mostly if you have worked with that person before. So just referring, coming to notice that just referring someone is not enough, especially if you have not personally worked with them before, or if the person hiring has not worked with them before. So I think the dynamics are slightly changing, and maybe we need to do something better. I don't know, unless someone has a better opinion.
Yeah, I think we do. for my case, I feel like you need to like put your work out there in public, let people know what you're currently working on, what problems you're solving and such stuff. If you're speaking, let people know you're speaking. If you're building applications, let people know you're building applications, or you're integrating apps with AI, for example. So it's easier for somebody to even recommend you, because even if they haven't worked with you particularly, they're able to see, oh, I saw you worked on this and this and this particular thing. Maybe I could recommend you for something, you know. But I would want to hear other people's point of views.
Hi, I think I agree with Candy because as she said, it's easier for people to come to you when they can see whatever you've done. So I'd encourage people to be strong on building their portfolios, design projects, and whatever you can do with the language that you're already doing or whatever you're learning. Just be strong on building your portfolio. And also for opportunities like internships, we have companies like Tanatech. I don't know if any of you has heard about them. And we also have Intern Match. They like tech people in tech or anyone in software engineering, and then they merge you with international companies. You can search for them online. Actually, Intern Match are recruiting right now for software engineers. So if you're interested, you can refer someone or just apply.
Is there a referral in the mix there, or
Sorry?
are you referring people or just naming a company that is hiring?
Yes, I can share the link. Let me send the link on the chat.
I think I have a question actually, follow-up question. Maybe you are looking for a job, then you get a job. You've been doing, let's say, my guess, Flutter. I've been doing Flutter. Then you get a job where they do Ionic. So like, it's a job you need to do the job you have gotten into. You cannot change the tech for the company. So like, how can one deal with the switching between tech stacks and make sure to have the balance between the two, between the previous one? So like, how does one deal with switching between tech stacks?
Let me try to answer that. First of all, switching between tech stacks is always very difficult, but then you have to have the I can do it mindset. And if also it's something that you want to learn, then you can go for it. If it's something you think you're going to be derailing yourself back, then look for something else.
Okay. And so like, you've decided that you're going to do it because if you don't, you won't be able to pay your bills. So you've switched and you're learning this tech stack and you find it's interesting. And you had already had something in previously, working on something previously, forgotten it. Maybe you are a web developer and now you're a mobile developer. Does that mean that you stop being a web developer and solely focus on mobile developer since that's what the job entails, or can you do both?
Let me ask you a question. Do you have side projects and you also have school work?
Yeah, you have said project and schoolwork.
Exactly. So you can choose to like focus on work during work time, and then for your improvement on your primary stack, then you'll be doing your side projects if you still want to keep up with the technology. Ama, what do you guys think? Mojo, Peter, Austin?
Who is Mojo? Anyway, yeah, I highly agree with you. So if you are there temporarily for just for work, then use your work time to do work. And if you're passionate about mobile or web, try to create time to do what you're passionate about. But to me, what I usually say is that uh, if your focus is mostly mobile or web, try looking for a job that aligns with your passion, so that you don't have to switch so much within your career, right? Especially if you are in the early phases of your career, it would be best for you to pick or select a career opportunity of something that you are highly passionate about. I mean, the job market could be stiff right now, and we are more likely to go for any opportunity that comes along. But look at it from the end goal perspective. So if it's something that you really want to do in the long run, then try looking for something that aligns with what you're currently working on. But if you are working on something else, then I think it gets crazy at work because you have deadlines, requirements, and also they want you to perform your best. So you'd most likely use your spare time to learn about what you need to do at work. So that might be a challenge. So what you can do is just focus on what you need to do and work on your exit plan on that's online with what you want to do in the long run.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you. So Peter says he believes in confidence and having a positive mindset, and above all, being able to learn fast and some discipline. Nice. Anyone else wants to add on that? Yeah, development care.
Yes, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Actually, when I started learning coding, one of the questions that I was asking myself was, which language should I stick with? Then I came to discover that the more I narrow the number of languages, the more I narrow the platforms of getting money. So let's say if I learn Flutter only, and there comes a work of PHP, what will happen is that I will definitely miss. I will not be able to perform. So I started learning. I remember I started learning PHP. Then the issue was, how can I create a spare time to learn the other languages? Because you find that you have school, you have the ongoing projects. Then I came to discover that there are a lot of time that we usually leave behind that we don't get unnoticed. For example, let's say you're from work and you are in, I don't know how you call it, matatu, daladala, or a public bus. You can use that minimal time in learning just a simple concept each day, and you will find that after a certain amount of time, you have covered a lot of things. So if you have the same passion of trying to learn new languages or new things, what you can do is that you can analyze which time is usually left or used, not used, I mean, well. Then from there, you just create a schedule that each day, maybe I'll just be doing this and this and this. A good example is that I usually, took a route to and from work then for 1 month, I said, for this time when I'm going to be in the public transport, I'll be reading, let's say, 2 pages of the pragmatic programmer, in case if you knew it. Then you find after 2 months, I finished the programmatic program, and it was very, very fantastic. So to my friend who you really wish to learn something new, just check and schedule your time properly. I'm very sure you can do it, and it's very, very interesting when you know more than 2 or 3, because the more you know, the more you broaden your pocket and get an income. I think mine's that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, for those who are requested for the link, I see Faith had pasted the link on the chat. You can grab it there and yeah, apply. Does anyone in the group like have anything to say? Anything, final remarks, comments?
I have a question.
Yes.
For how long has the program been running? This is my first, I think, Zoom.
Okay, Maureen, could you answer that?
I think since 2020. So yeah, we meet occasionally. We have monthly meetups. So this time around, the community is being led fully by Olvin, and in partnership with Okot, and I could also help in a bit. But we've been running since October, no, not October, 2020.
Okay, so do you also have live coding sessions?
Yes, we have technical sessions in between, but this one was just an intro session just to see what people are working on, what people are thinking about, worries and all that. But we do have monthly talks. So if you are interested in giving a talk that revolves around Flutter and its associated technologies, then feel free to reach out to Olvin.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's it, right? We are 20 minutes past time. But I really loved the conversation. So thank you all for engaging, giving out your thoughts, your worries about AI. I actually learned about Devin today. So that's also a learning point for me. I didn't have an idea what Devin is. So thank you all for contributing to the session.
I've pasted the WhatsApp group, Faith. So if you would like to join the community, you can join the group. Is in the chat, pasted over there. And yeah, oh, Maureen, usha sema. Yes. So Kendi, do you have anything to say kabla nifunge the call?
Well, thank you so much. And I look forward to more of this, and I look forward to seeing what people are building. Also to add on, we are going to be having a Flutter conference in November in partnership with DroidCon Kenya. We are looking forward to seeing guys contributing to the Flutter conference application as well as the website. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Also, if any of you wishes to attend FlutterCon Berlin, let me know so I can give you a raffle ticket to attend the event. You can DM me on Twitter at CandyJ.
Nice. Berlin tunaenda. Thank you guys for joining to the call. It's been great. It's been awesome. The meet has been recorded, so like I will share the YouTube link once the uploaded and processed. But for now, just let's say goodbye, and we'll meet in the next one, and I'll let y'all know. Yeah. So goodbye. Happy coding. Yes.
Thank you. Bye.